Yes, my people, welcome back to another video and welcome back to today, the Glory Hunter Challenge, where today we face Real Sociedad in the Conference League semi-final. Looking to try and get ourselves into the Conference League final and try and get ourselves the second trophy of this Glory Hunter Challenge. Now, if you did miss last episode, we did get completely and utterly outplayed by Arsenal in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley, unfortunately. But here today, we will be playing Real Sociedad in the Conference League. Real Sociedad sitting in 5th place in La Liga. They have got a Yarzabal, but as we can see, their team is not that great compared to us. We should be defeating them. They've got some good players in Kubo. Barantaza is alright and Yarzabal is also okay, but they are not as good as us, and this shouldn't be a match for us, as we should be defeating them with quite a bit of ease here today. Hopefully, fingers crossed. The lineup for today is as follows, as Marc Cucurella is unfortunately injured after picking up an injury in that FA Cup semi-final. So the lineup is as follows. We're going with Garcia in goal, a back four of Reece James, Fofana, Colwill and Jarell Hato, with a midfield two of Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, a front four of Cole Palmer starting on the right, Giovanni Quenda on the left, Nico Paz in the 10 with João Pedro leading the line. Hopefully we can get ourselves into the Conference League final. But let's take one game at a time and take on Real Sociedad in this first leg. Let's see how they'll be lining up for it at Stamford Bridge. Okay then, I do apologise, but unfortunately I did skip the thing, as now confirmation of the lineups. As we see the lineup, Brais Mendes, Sergio Gomez, some decent players in the Sociedad team, as João Pedro gets us underway for this Conference League semi-final. Just confirmation of their lineup then. Alex Romero in goal, Gomez, Zubidia, Martin and Arambaru. In defence, with midfield two of Turientes and Gorategi. Take Kubo on the right, with Baranteka on the left. Brais Mendes in the 10 with a Yarzabal leading the line for Sociedad here today. Atalanta Salzburg in the other semi-final. As Fernandez finds Nico Paz, who finds Giovanni Quenda, and that is a fantastic finish from Giovanni Quenda. VAR will check it, and it has been awarded. It's a fantastic start in this opening 10 minutes. Just trying to think of what the words were called there. Will absolutely take that every day of the week. It's a brilliant goal from Giovanni Quenda there. Very happy with that indeed. Baranteka trying to beat Palmer. Clears to João Pedro. And Martin then. Switch out to Baranteka. I don't know how to pronounce his name, I'd love to know. He cuts in though. It falls to Brais Mendes, and it's a brilliant save from Garcia. as Giovanni Quenda picks up the throw-in. He goes to Moises Caicedo. Palmer now finds Moises Caicedo, and it's just over from Moises Caicedo. As then Baron Taker, looks like he's having a good run of things here. Reece James clears. Can João Pedro hold it up? He can't. It falls to Sergio Gomez. Zubeldia now goes all the way back. It's Arambaru now. Moises Caicedo does really well defensively there. Goes back to Jarrell Hato. Levi Colwill finds Reece James. Nico Paz now finding Cole Palmer. Reece James tries to beat him but can't, unfortunately. Reece James then intercepts really well and finds Nico Paz, who gets a bit of fortune, and it falls to Giovanni Quenda, and it's just over from Giovanni. Sergio Gomez now, the ex-Manchester City man, of course, with the free kick for Sociedad. It's a good delivery, headed away, but only as far as Kubo, and it then falls to Baron. That's a fantastic goal from Aaron Baronetska. Oh, it's probably Baronetska. It's a fantastic goal. Really good. He's having a really good game, is Baron Tetska. As we do need to dig in and do better here today. Cole Palmer now, finding Moises Caicedo. Paz back to Cole Palmer. Nico Paz finding João Pedro. Jarrell Hato finds Quenda. There's a good save. Wesley Fofana does well to win the header. Cole Palmer. Good ball. Finds João Pedro. And it's just over. As we approach the hour mark here in this game against Real Sociedad. Baron Tetska finds Garcia, who catches well there. Garcia rolls it out to Levi Colwill, who finds Giovanni Quenda, who finds Nico Paz, and Nico Paz is in. Does he have the composure? Shoot! He doesn't, he hits the post. It's Jarrell Hato now. Finds Giovanni Quenda with the header. And it has been awarded. You'd love to see it. I thought the chance had gone when Nico Paz hit the post, but Jarrell Hato did really well and found Giovanni Quenda, who gets his second of the game. And to be honest, I believe that is his 20th goal of the season as well. As Nico Paz trying to find Palmer. It's cleared, but only as far as Enzo Fernandez. He plays a really good switch out to Reece James. Reece James finds Cole Palmer, who goes back to Fernandez. Moises Caicedo now into João Pedro, finding Jabril Hato, and Nico Paz hits the woodwork again. Nico Paz hitting the woodwork for the second time this game as a Yarzabal now. Cole Palmer needs to come off. He is injured as Esteban takes his place. I can't really bring Reece James off. You know what? I'm actually going to put Alan Kennedy in the 10. I think he's going to be really good in the 10. Yeah, I think that'll suit him well because he's got really good first touch. Jabril Hato can come. Oh, we can't. We don't really have fullbacks. Jabril Hato's having a good game though as well. Andre Santos can come on. And then we'll bring Pedro Neto on up top as well. As we're into the final 15 minutes of this first leg here. Jabril Hato finding Giovanni Quenda, who finds Pedro Neto. Neto can find Andre Santos there, who goes for goal. And it's a great goal from the substitute to make it 3-1 here in the first leg, which puts us in a very nice position for the second leg. As Pedro Neto does brilliantly to find Andre Santos. The touch out of his feet, and he just curls it into the far corner to make it 3-1. As we're into the final 10 minutes here, as Atalanta drawing 0-0 with Salzburg. As Kennedy is getting a lot of football at the minute, I will say. As headed back to Alex Romero. Who throws out to Arambaru. Kubo now finds a Yarzabal. A Yarzabal finishes, but I think he might be offside, to be honest. As VAR will check, and they do confirm the goal has been disallowed. As that will be the end of the game here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 3, Real Sociedad 1. As we have 1 foot into the Conference League final. As attention does quickly turn to Bournemouth in the Premier League, where we will play that game and then we will be back with the result and the lineups. So I'll see you with the result of Bournemouth away. Okay then, so we've played the game against Bournemouth, and here we are for the second leg of this Conference League semi-final. So we did pick up a lovely 3-2 win with Nico Paz getting himself a brace, and as you can see, the young man Alan Kennedy coming in for the injured Cole Palmer, getting himself yet another Premier League goal. That is now 2 goals in 2 starts in the Premier League, which is fantastic. The 17-year-old having a really good couple of games here. And I am actually going to reward him with a start here today in a European semi-final at 17 years of age. That is not the only thing I have to say, as we do have our transfer budget, as we have £65 million, but we do have a lot of wage to move around. So we have got about 80 million, which is really nice. I've got some ideas about the people and players I want to sign, so quite excited to try and put that into practice in the summer. And I've also got some people to sell as well, I imagine, too. So let's get straight into this. our lineup for today is as follows. We've gone with Garcia in goal, Reece James, Fofana, Colwill and Jarrell Hato as our back four, with a midfield two of Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. Giovanni Quenda starts on the right with Nico Paz on through the middle, nearly at 30 goals for this season now. João Pedro leads the line, and as I mentioned, young 17-year-old Alan Kennedy starting in a European semi-final. So let's get into this game and hopefully get ourselves through to the Conference League final. Okay then, the lineup that Sociedad are going for here today has one change as they go with Romero in goal. A back four of Arambaru, Martin, Zubeldia and Sergio Gomez, with Gorateki and Turientes in midfield, with Kubo in the 10, and Baranetska and Carlos Soler out the wings, with Mikel Oyarzabal leading the line for the Basque team. It's just confirmation of the lineup I just mentioned for Sociedad. And then the Chelsea lineup in our black kit, which I do really like, to be fair, as João Pedro gets us underway for this Conference League semi-final. We have a 3-1 advantage going into this game. Hopefully we can keep that 2-goal advantage and make it through to the Conference League final. As Salzburg find themselves 2-0 up already, as we obviously played them in the first game of the season, as it's headed away, but only as far as Kennedy, who finds Moises Caicedo. Back to Alan Kennedy, the young 17-year-old, who finds Nico Paz. Back to Kennedy, who plays a really good ball through to Giovanni Quenda. And the flag does go up. Kennedy remaining composed there, which is good for the young 17-year-old. As I am shocked that Atalanta are losing 2-0. I do believe a 3-0 now. They must have took a really early lead. As Reece James goes back to Fofana. Levi Colwill now, finding Enzo Fernandez, who finds Alan Kennedy. Kennedy going back to Fernandez, who plays a lovely switch out to Giovanni Quenda. Quenda cutting in and going for goal, and Romero is forced to make a save. Yeah, I'm sure. I thought it would definitely be us and Atalanta in the final, as we will definitely take a 0-0 at half time, being the 2 goals up that we are on aggregate. Obviously not great for the video, but I'm sure you'd rather a boring second leg here if it means we get to the final for tomorrow night's video. As it is 0-0 here at the break, as Real Sociedad get us underway for this second half of this semi-final second leg. As I was saying, we did play Red Bull Salzburg in the first game of the Conference League this year. As Baranetska, it's a really good goal from Baranetska to put Sociedad 1-0 up here in this semi-final second leg. 30 seconds into the second half. It's a fantastic start to the second half, and Baranetska does really well down this right hand side, or left hand side, sorry. I find it funny that he touched the ball so many times in that first leg that I've ended up learning how to say his name because I saw it so many times pop up above his head. As Fofana finds Reece James, who finds Giovanni Quenda, finding Nico Paz. Nico Paz cutting in and goes for goal when it's just wide from Nico Paz. As Alan Kennedy not having a great game here. Maybe I made a mistake not playing Esteval. Sergio Gomez finding Baranetska. Giovanni Quenda doing really well defensively there. as Moises Caicedo finds Enzo Fernandez. Nico Paz now, going back to Reece James. Chelsea just keeping the ball, trying to wait for an opening. As Nico Paz putting pressure on here. Ramiro going long, but Fofana does well to win that. Quenda now finding Jarell Hato, who finds Alan Kennedy, who goes back to Hato, who then finds Alan Kennedy again. The young 17-year-old pulls it across and gets the assist as Nico Paz makes it 1-1 and re-establishes that very important 2-goal lead on aggregate. It's a brilliant play between Hato and Alan Kennedy, and Kennedy picks the man out. It's a beautiful cross, and Nico Paz is there to tap home to make it 1-1. The young 17-year-old getting an assist in a European semi-final. As Quenda looking for Kennedy at the back post, as Kubo picks the ball up now, trying to beat Enzo Fernandez and does. Sola now finding Arambaru. Sola looking for Kubo, and Oyarzabal is there in the box to make it 2-1 to Sociedad and get another goal back for them. We saw it from a mile away as Oyarzabal with a lovely finish from the outside of his left boot makes it 2-1 to Sociedad here today. As Fernandez gives the ball away cheaply there, but so do Sociedad. As Giovanni Quenda picks the ball up, finds Caicedo. Giovanni Quenda does really well there, finding Reece James. Back, them two playing lots of little 1-2s together. It falls to Enzo Fernandez, and it's a good save from Alex Ramiro, and it is out for a Chelsea corner, which we will get to see Giovanni Quenda to take. It's a decent delivery, headed away for a Chelsea throw-in. Reece James to take, goes short to Giovanni Quenda, who finds Reece James again. Caicedo now, finding Reece James. Quenda gives the ball away to Baranetska, and Oyarzabal can now find him. Baranetska finding no one, as far as Nico Paz finding Giovanni Quenda, who can square it here, but goes for goal, and it is another Chelsea corner. Not been great here. It's Gomez finding Turientes. Oyarzabal finding Baranetska, looking for Kubo, headed away as Odriozola looking for Goncalo Guedes. It's a good ball to Oyarzabal in the box, but we don't mind that as it just does trickle wide. It's João Pedro not having a great game here at all. Oh, that's why fucking Giovanni Quenda's been playing as a winger this whole game. For goodness sake. I don't really want to bring Nico Paz off, he's having a good game. As Colwell finds Jarell Hato, who goes to Alan Kennedy, finding Andre Santos. Colwell now finding Lavia. Fofana into Reece James. Reece James finding the through ball to Esteban, and it is another Chelsea corner as Atalanta have a goal back in their tie against Salzburg, as we are into the final 10 minutes here. Into the final 5 minutes now. into the final minute, and we just about hold on. Real Sociedad win here on the night 2-1, but thanks to our first leg, we do make it through to the UEFA Conference League final, beating Real Sociedad, and we will face RB Salzburg in the final in tomorrow's episode at the Besiktas Stadium. Oh my god, is that where it was? That's where it was fucking last time as well, isn't it? Fuck's sake. As I'll see you tomorrow for that episode. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for more Football Manager content and more Glory Hunter and the Conference League final. I'll see you there. Peace.